All right, let's just dive right in. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are taking a literal three-dimensional microscopic tour straight inside your own body. We're going to see exactly what happens when you introduce a very specific and honestly pretty simple combination of ingredients into your daily routine. The big question we're answering today is simple, but the answer is totally profound. What actually happens to your biology if you eat these 5 superfoods every single day? And look, we aren't just talking about a minor energy boost here. No way. We're looking at a literal cellular transformation that completely rewires your internal systems.
So here's our starting lineup. We've got almonds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and dates. Just 5 everyday ingredients. But when you combine them, it's like they act as a master key for your biology. Let's step right beneath the skin and actually watch this cast go to work.
You know, what's really fascinating here is that your body follows a highly precise, structured production script to process these foods. The second you consume them, this incredible chain reaction literally lights up the networks of your cardiovascular and nervous systems. Let's look at the very first scene in this biological blueprint, starting right at the top, up in your brain. Step 1 in our biological script, almonds. Think of these as your brain and vessel shield. When you make a habit of eating almonds daily, you're actively flooding your system with a massive dose of protective vitamin E and monounsaturated fats. If we zoom way into the brain's prefrontal cortex, you can almost visualize the neurotransmitter pathways glowing with this vibrant pulse. That's those exact nutrients actively preserving your cognitive function and sharpening your memory day in and day out. Pretty amazing, right? But the almonds definitely don't stop there. If we drop down into the interior of a blood vessel, we find those glowing vitamin E molecules physically wrapping themselves around the inner walls of your arteries. They're in there actively clearing out arterial inflammation to make sure your blood flows effortlessly. It's basically your body's daily structural shield, your absolute first line of physical defense. Next up, we're panning sharply down past the lungs, straight to the stomach to meet our second ingredient, chia seeds, the ultimate gut and heart regulator. Now, this is where the chia seeds superpower really kicks in. The moment these tiny giants hit your digestive tract, a literal physical transformation happens. Because they can absorb up to 12 times their weight in liquid, their soluble fiber expands. It forms this thick, slow-release gel matrix right within the stomach lining. And this beautifully regulates your blood sugar while simultaneously feeding your gut microbiome. At the exact same time, that gel matrix is releasing dense omega-3 fatty acids that travel straight to your heart. Once they arrive, they get to work lowering triglycerides and stabilizing your daily cardiovascular rhythm. It's just a brilliant dual-action regulatory system, all coming from one unbelievably tiny seed. Moving even deeper into our metabolic core, we find ingredient number 3, pumpkin seeds, your deep sleep and muscle engine. Look, pumpkin seeds are literally one of nature's absolute richest sources of magnesium and zinc. Magnesium acts as a powerful relaxant. It calms your blood vessels and your nervous system right down. Meanwhile, the zinc acts kind of like a master mechanic for your musculoskeletal frame. It accelerates cellular repair in your muscles and keeps your whole immune system on high alert. But honestly, the real magic happens when it comes to your sleep. Deep inside the brain's pineal gland, the magnesium from those pumpkin seeds links up with the amino acid tryptophan. This combination creates a spurk, converting into serotonin, which your body then uses to manufacture melatonin. This exact fascinating chemical chain reaction is the precise mechanism that guarantees your body slips into a state of deep, truly restorative sleep. All right, let's shift to an ultra-macro view for our fourth ingredient, sunflower seeds, the absolute masters of cellular regeneration. To really appreciate what sunflower seeds do, we have to talk about cellular aging, which is driven by free radicals. Don't just think of these as normal byproducts. Imagine them as dark, jagged little particles navigating through your blood plasma, constantly colliding with your cell walls. They trigger systemic inflammation and tissue degradation. It's a microscopic battle, and it's happening inside you every single day. So, the absolutely crucial point here is how we fight back against that. Enter the sunflower seed. Loaded with incredibly powerful antioxidants and selenium, these nutrients form a sort of defense grid. When those jagged free radicals try to approach your individual skin cells or your immune T cells, they are instantly neutralized by bright bursts of selenium and vitamin E. So, sunflower seeds are actively healing your skin from the inside out and shutting down that systemic inflammation. Finally, let's pull all the way back to view the entire muscular system. Imagine it lighting up with a surge of golden energy traveling right down the arms and legs. It's time for dates, the clean energy catalyst. Dates are the catalyst that powers this entire bodily system we've been talking about. And this isn't just about enjoying a sweet taste. It's about pure, sustained cellular fuel. Their totally unique trio of potassium, iron, and fiber instantly replenishes the glycogen stores in your muscles. Plus, it optimizes nerve signaling. This is what gives you that immediate, clean lift right when you hit that dreaded afternoon slump. If you compare the energy release mechanisms, it's night and day. Refined sugar creates this jagged, spiking curve that rapidly floods and then violently crashes your system. But the date, shielded by its natural fiber, it creates a beautifully smooth, sustained energy curve. It slowly, steadily meters glucose into your bloodstream. It's providing the ultimate clean energy source, completely avoiding that destructive physiological tax. Okay, let's zoom completely out of our microscopic view now. Let's bring this all back to the real world and, more importantly, back to your actual daily routine. If there is just one core takeaway from this explainer, it's this. One handful, 5 ingredients, infinite benefits. We've just witnessed the cellular reality of it all. When you consume this specific blend every day, you aren't just having a snack. You are literally rewiring how your entire body functions, all the way from your prefrontal cortex right down to your digestive tract. So start your daily blend today. You now have the actual biological blueprint for optimizing your brain, your heart, your sleep, and your cellular energy. This whole journey we took, it isn't science fiction. It is the hidden machinery operating inside you right now. But it does leave us with a really fascinating question. If just a simple handful of 5 everyday seeds and fruits can entirely rewrite your biology, what other master keys are sitting completely undiscovered in your pantry right now?